Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Silent Core and welcome back to my Red Dead series, your source for all the latest news and updates. Alright, so today we are going to be talking about the next Red Dead Online DLC and why it has most likely been delayed, and this was also backed up by multiple Rockstar sources. So it's now been over 4 months since the last DLC was released into Red Dead Online, the Moonshiners DLC, and I'm sure a lot of you active players out there can agree with me, it's been somewhat of a very long 4 months, especially with all of the glitches and bugs that have plagued the game since that update released. Now, multiple Rockstar employees have spoken out regarding the current working conditions at Rockstar Games and the current state of development, as well as their plans for releasing future DLCs into their online games. They said even today, with production slowed down and staff working from home due to the nearly said it. If you're wondering why every YouTuber avoids saying that word, it is because if you say it, you get instantly demonetized. So we're just going to call it the pandemic. So the company's management seems to be saying the right things. They keep emphasizing that it's normal not to be productive, and our focus should be on our health and taking care of our families, said a third Rockstar employee. So as you can see here, there's confirmation that production has slowed down within Rockstar Games, and they're assuring their employees that it's normal to be not as productive as they were in the office. I think a lot of people just assumed that companies working from home would be just as productive as they would be in the office, but I think the reality of the situation is it's very different working from home, and although some things can be done from home, like maybe graphics and coding, a lot of things actually require to be in the office and using the tools that they have in the office. And not to mention, if the next DLC actually requires voiceovers, if it requires motion capture, these are all things that will be unable to even operate at the moment. All the studios that would normally do motion capture are all on lockdown. There's no way to progress with the development of these updates if they require that sort of work. If we look at the Red Dead Online Moonshiners update, for example, that update actually featured new actors, new motion capture actors, there was new missions done in the game with new cutscenes, and then also the detail in the Moonshine Shack. You know, we had, you can upgrade your band and your bar with all sorts of upgrades with characters that play instruments. All of those instruments would have had to be individually captured with motion capture to see how they play that instrument. Such as the banjo or the piano, all of those very intricate animations on those characters. So it sounds like the production of the next DLC has really slowed down or even come to a halt just due to the working conditions at the moment, and that's all things that are outside of Rockstar's control. Now, you may have noticed in both Grand Theft Auto Online and in Red Dead Online, they both over the past few weeks, they've had some updates added into the game that weren't really planned, weren't really part of any DLC, but they've added them into the game to kind of keep the players going until the next DLC. I think they know that their production is kind of limited on their next DLC, so they're releasing content that's easier for them to develop at home. As an example of that, we had in Red Dead Online some new showdown modes. Showdown modes are very easy to develop. They're, just require some planning around the level spawns, what weapon spawns in existing technology that they already have. It doesn't require any motion capture, voiceover work. It's just very easy to develop, we'll say. And then in GTA Online recently, we had some new Gerald missions, which again didn't require any cutscenes or voiceover work really. They were just very simple missions in kind of existing mission structure that they have already. So we can expect the longer the lockdown is extended in the world, the longer we will likely have to wait for the next major DLC. When discussing the improved working conditions at Rockstar Games, another Rockstar employee said, "We have taken conscious steps to improve our approach to developing games in order to reduce the need for overtime. We still realize we have plenty to do in this area and will continue to take steps so that we can more accurately predict and schedule games and upcoming DLCs in a way that is more sustainable but still allows us the creative flexibility to reiterate on the incredibly ambitious and complex games that we make." So Rockstar Games are actually changing the ways they develop DLC in their games to try and improve the working conditions and allow for less overtime for their employees. So we're still to see really the repercussions or the effect that will have on maybe the size and how regularly we will actually get DLCs into both Red Dead Online and GTA Online. If you remember back to December when we got the Moonshiners DLC, There was only a few days to separate the Red Dead Online Moonshiners DLC and also the last DLC into Grand Theft Auto Online. They literally came out in the same week. So perhaps in the future they're going to be spread out much further to allow for less overtime and more bandwidth for developing their updates. And just before I finish up this video, I just want to reinforce that Rockstar Games are doing the right thing. You know, I actually know several people that work at Rockstar Games, and I want the best for their health and their family's health, and what they're doing is absolutely the right thing. I have no complaints about that. You know, their health should come first before some content in a video game. But I did think this was an interesting video to create because Rockstar are somewhat very secretive about the way they develop their games, and we're kind of left in the dark for so long regarding what's to come. So there's a lot of unknowns when it comes to the community that are very, very excited and passionate about the next update. But yeah, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you think about anything mentioned in today's video, and leave a comment and let me know when you think we can expect the next Red Dead Online DLC. Do you think it's going to be sometime later in the summer? Maybe perhaps June or July when things start to open up again? Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you want to be kept up to date with all the latest Rockstar Games news, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Today's video is brought to you by So You Want to Be a YouTuber. This is your ultimate strategy guide to branding, building viewership momentum, and monetizing a YouTube channel with as little as 1,000 subscribers. It's beautifully printed in full colour and is now available on Amazon paperback and Kindle. Check out the link in the description or search So You Want to Be a YouTuber on your local Amazon store, and you can even preview it for free.